art studio. So I have found some used canvases at my local Salvation Army Goodwill store. And so I apologize to the artist who did all of this series of symbols, Chinese or Japanese symbols, but I'm going to paint over them. I'm so sorry. So I have 5 of them, and today I'm going to choose at least one, and I think I'm going to return to do something with silicone. I haven't done something with silicone for a long time on any of my videos, so let's play with that a little bit. All right. So for this next one, I also am using the turquoise and red. I have a tiny bit different color. It's almost more of a gray color of blue, and I'm going to add some green, just a little bit. This one is really runny. Even though I've added some glue to it, it's still a little bit runny. But all of those, and a little bit of Mars Black with Flow Mix and with silicone. So I'm going to add that, and I'm going to again swipe with white, but this time I'm going to swipe from the middle out. So let's see how those work. Silicone that I'm using is US Art Supply. I've just put 1 drop in each of these. You see this little bit of white that's in here. This is a very runny paint mixture, so I did add a little bit of Liquitex pouring medium. I keep that in reserve for emergencies, just in case I need to thicken something up. Sometimes that works nicely, especially if you're using craft paints. It doesn't like craft paints very well, but if you mix it carefully and you mix just a little bit of it, it helps to thicken it up. So that's a nice tool to have. All right, so when you're pouring and you're planning a swipe from the middle out, you leave that blank and go ahead and put your paints above and below it. So let's get started. A little bit of bubbles in that, so we'll hope that turns out nicely. So I have all my stripes out there, and the next thing, I put a white stripe in the middle that has a little bit of a runnier mixture. So this mixture, when it pours off the stick, it actually has a mound that disappears right away. And so next I take my paper towel and I lay it in that white runnier mixture, and I'm going to just drag it across those stripes. So this is called a swipe technique. All of my paints underneath there. Oh no, some of my paints underneath there have silicone in them. And I'm sorry you missed the other side of that. My phone switched to start videotaping to my SD card, or from my SD card to my phone. So we missed a little bit of that, but you got all of the basics. This is beautiful. All right, so as I let it sit a little bit, it will come up just like this side. So I wanted you to be able to see the progression of more cells and less. Over time, they grow. And then I come back a little bit later and I get to see what they look like, see if I like them. There's enough paint on here that if I decide I want to tilt some off, I do that. I think with this one, because this paint is really thick right here, I might do some balloon kissing in the middle. So let me pause my video. We'll come back in a few minutes and see how that is. If it's still really thick, we'll do some balloon kisses, all right? Okay, so we're back. Came back to check on it. I do see that there is a lot of white there that I'm not quite sure I'm happy with. There are some fun little things. I don't know if you can see this right here that has grown. And the cells on this side have certainly grown like I had shown you on the first side. So I have actually two different kind of balloons. I have a small one and I have a larger one. I'm going to start with a small one because there's some places, like I said, that I don't want to get rid of. What happens with the balloon is you are pulling paint and pushing down into colors as you move along. Make sure I have a bunch of paper towels waiting. Now, if I begin to do the balloon process and I don't really like it, I can stop. Now, there's a couple different things. If you like the pattern that you have there, you don't have to begin by pulling paint from here and bringing it here, because this is all white. Remember that from when I poured it out? What I do sometimes is I will actually just move my painting and use some of the colors that I have from my pour out. So I'm using the small one, grabbing some of this beautiful red, turquoise, and I'm going to add it to my design. See that? I'm going to wipe it off. Wipe it off. I'm wiping it off on this newsprint that I have. If I didn't have it available, I'd be wiping it off on a paper towel. So let's do that again. Remember, we're just trying to get rid of some of that white. Too much white in the middle is not always good, unless that's the desired effect that you're going for. And there are other ways to pull paint out of the middle. So if you just want to get rid of paint, dip in the white, wipe it off, dip in the white, wipe it off. Then you're just getting rid of the white. I'm trying to add some color to it. There we go. Really want to add some of the red to it, so let's try to find some more of that. There you go. Now see, that looks so much more interesting than that big bunch of white there, right? I think I'm done. I'm going to just leave it like that. Added my colors in. Look how pretty that balloon is. Maybe I'll add that little bit of red right there to the side. Maybe not. I guess it's just mixing. So maybe I won't do that. Add a touch over there. Okay, so I'm going to just wipe off my balloon. I'm going to call this one a beautiful painting, and I will bring you in closer so you can see it. All right, so this is our painting. Isn't that beautiful how it turned out? I hope you enjoyed doing this with me today, and I hope you get a chance to try this at your own home or studio.